Hello, YouTubers. I just got back from a midnight screening of Christopher Nolan's brilliant, epic take of The Dark Knight. And it is by far the best Batman movie ever made, and certainly one of the best comic book films of all times. This is a serious take on good versus evil, and director Christopher Nolan continues to prove that he is the man to turn to for adapting comic books into films and turning them into exercises of intelligent storytelling and great performances, as well as confident directing. As with Batman Begins, Nolan's first successful attempt to reinvent the franchise, The Dark Knight takes its subject matter seriously and is void of any of the campiness that plagued the TV series and the Tim Burton, Joel Schumacher interpretations of the 80s and 90s. This is a true, confident detective story that plots good against evil and does so in bravado fashion, and at its center is a brilliant performance by the late Heath Ledger, who has given us the darkest interpretation of the Joker put on film to date. Ledger not only steals, but runs away with every scene that he's in. Gone is the neat clown makeup that permeates all previous interpretations of the character. Ledger's Joker is scarred mentally and physically, and is caked with deteriorating makeup that mirrors his deteriorating mental state. Booby-trapping bodies with bombs and blowing up hospitals, and it's all in a day's work for this Joker. It's a performance that teeters between the maniacal and comical, and should warrant Mr. Ledger a posthumous Oscar nomination next year for Best Supporting Actor. Not out of sympathy, but because he deserves it. He's that good. Oh, and by the way, here's my ticket I bought for the midnight show. Or as the Joker would say, here's my card.
Where do we begin? A year ago, these cops and lawyers wouldn't dare cross any of you. I mean, what happened?
So what are you proposing?
It's simple. Kill the Batman. Here's my card.
Bruce, this is Harvey Dent.
Rachel's told me everything about you.
I certainly hope not. You once told me that we'd be together. Did you mean it?
Bruce, don't make me your only hope for normal life.
You're Alfred, right?
That's right, sir.
Any psychotic ex-boyfriends I should be aware of?
Oh, you have no idea.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're tonight's entertainment. Well, hello, beautiful. You look nervous.
I've seen now what it would have to become to stop men like him.
The night is darkest just before the dawn. I promise you, the dawn is coming.
And here we go. This city deserves a better class of criminal. I'm gonna give it to him. No! You'll see. I'll show you.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Will you be wanting the back pot, sir?
In the middle of the day, Alfred? Not very subtle.
The Lamborghini, then.
Much more subtle.
As the film begins, Batman is dealing with a tarnished image, for it seems that his heroic exploits have encouraged various citizens to go around in vigilante style fighting crime dressed like him, often with disastrous results. In steps the Joker, who seizes control of Gotham City's crime syndicate and begins playing a sort of cat and mouse game with the Dark Knight, also known as Batman, also known as Bruce Wayne, challenging him to reveal his true identity, or he will wreak havoc around the city and people will die. The longer it takes, the more he will kill. We also have a subplot, a love triangle between Harvey Dent, Aaron Eckhart, Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale, and Rachel Dawes, played by Maggie Gyllenhaal, for whom Bruce still holds feelings for and is clearly jealous of the impending nuptials between her and Harvey. Maggie Gyllenhaal does a very credible job of portraying Bruce's former love, and it's enough to make one forget that Katie Holmes originated the role in the previous film. And also, Aaron Eckhart holds his own and gives us what I think is a better interpretation of the Harvey Dent character than the over-the-top Tommy Lee Jones version that appeared in Batman Forever. Able performances from the rest of the cast include Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, Michael Caine as Alfred the Butler, Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, Bruce Wayne's business manager, who makes it possible for Wayne to financially support his heroic exploits. Now, this is a much darker Batman, both in visual and tone. There's no doubt about that. And with the Dark Knight, there's no disparity between those two elements. Batman is often put in a position where he has to question his own dark side because the Joker places him in situations where he might have to resort to his darker instincts in order to save lives. Longtime fans and novices of the series will be able to appreciate the visual style and intense action scenes that are on display throughout the film, especially on the giant IMAX screen, and that makes its 2.5-hour running time basically a non-issue. I mean, I never felt the need to glance at my watch at all. It held my attention all the way through. If anything, it left me anticipating for the next installment. The dilemmas presented in this film and the carnage the Joker causes all seem real and not fraught with a lot of comic book or fantasy fluff. I think it's the best film I've seen this year, and it should be up for consideration for Best Picture Oscar. And because of its intense mayhem and violence, parents should take its PG-13 rating seriously. Now, this is definitely a full-price movie, even at the extra cost of seeing it on the giant IMAX screen, which I highly recommend. The Dark Knight gets my highest recommendation, 5 stars, and is the first film this summer that I plan to see more than once besides Iron Man. I'm Tower Man 123.